just put the class on. So for this topic, the emphasis is on calculating mass number, atomic number, calculating relative atomic mass from isotopy, and then defining isotopes, that is atomic theory and its modification, as well as maybe that should be all for this topic. So let's start with the definition of terms. Definition of terms. You can write it under that particular nature of matter, definition of terms. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the first term will be definition of terms, and the first one will be atoms. Atom or atom. Atom is defined as the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. It is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction and still retain the chemical properties of that element. You got that?
Yes.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So then, first thing you write is, I just write some particles of an element. Subparticles of an element. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, before I go to the subparticles, before now, atom used to be defined as the smallest indivisible particle of an element. Students used to use that word indivisible, but that is wrong because atom is no longer regarded as indivisible. When we say indivisible, means it cannot be divided. But that statement is not true because of this particular reason, subparticles of an element. So if we are saying subparticles of an element or subparticles of an atom, let's do this way, subparticles of an atom rather. Subparticles of an atom, not element, sorry. So the subparticles of an atom simply cancels that atom is indivisible. Are you with me?
Yes.
So there are three subparticles of an atom. You can use this atom to remember it when teaching your students. So what is that?
Pen.
Pen. Good.
Proton, electron, and neutron.
Perfect. So those are the three subparticles of an atom: protons, electrons, and neutrons. By definition, the proton is the subparticles of an element that is positively charged. Proton is the subparticle of an element that is positively charged. Then electron is the same thing, subparticles of an atom that is negatively charged. That is for electron. While nucleon is the subparticle of an element that is
Neutron.
Yes, neutron. It is a subparticle of an element that is electrically neutral. The proton is positively charged, electron negatively charged, neutron is electrically neutral. That is, it is not a positively charged, neither is it negatively charged. It has no charge. Is that it? Any question?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Then an atom has a central core. If I have to draw the structure of an atom is something like this. The center here is called the nucleus. This circle around it is called orbit. And this dot is the electron. The orbit is what holds the electrons. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we said we have three subparticles of an atom, which are protons, electrons, and neutrons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from this diagram now, I've only represented electron. There's no proton in this diagram, and there's no neutron in this diagram. Is it not?
Yes.
Good. So those two subparticles are found inside the nucleus of an atom. So inside this nucleus, we have proton and we have neutron.
Okay.
So the nucleus of an atom, which is actually responsible for the mass or weight of an atom, is made up of proton and neutron.
Okay.
And if you are to go by charge, the nucleus is what charge?
Positive.
Okay, yes, the nucleus is positively charged because proton is positive.
Positively charged.
Neutron is that is electrically neutral, there is no charge. So that means the nucleus
Yes.
is positively charged. Which means you don't have issue with
Yes,
the
sir.
topic. You don't have issue with the topic now. Is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have to say you have issue with it? There's no issue there. Okay. So let's move on now. Again, the proton and the what? This N is what?
Is electrically neutral.
P
Is
stands for
neutron.
good. This proton and neutron are collectively called nucleon. So we have nucleus and we have nucleon. The nucleus is the center of the atom. The nucleon is a combination of proton and neutron, which are found in the nucleus of an atom. Is that taken?
Okay, I've gotten it now.
Okay.
That's the same thing. Wait.
Your network is cracking. I can't hear you clearly.
I have constituent of atoms and electrons.
Your network is still cracking. No, can't hear you.
Now.
I can't hear you, please. Okay, Madam Joy, can you speak now? Maybe it will be better now. You were trying to say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. I note here I have constituents of atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons.
Yes.
As the subparticles of an atom.
Yes, those are the subparticles of an atom.
Atom again inside. It's a constituent and electron.
Constituent of what?
Atoms, proton, and electron.
No, we don't have constituent of atom, protons, and electrons. We only have constituent of an atom. And those constituents are the protons, electrons, and neutrons.
Okay. So that was the issue.
Okay, so that's that. Then another thing you should also know is this now. We have defined proton, right?
Yes.
We have defined electron, we have defined nucleus, we have defined nucleon as well, right?
Proton and the neutron.
Yes, I've defined that one already down. Nucleus is
Yes.
the center core of an atom, which is responsible for the mass or the weight of the atom. That is for nucleus. Why nucleon? Center core, C-O-R-E.
Yes.
Okay. Then the nucleon is found in the nucleus of an atom, which is made up of protons and neutrons. That is nucleon.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
let's now also talk about another one, ions or ions. Some people say ions. Yes. So ions are a group of atoms with a charge. Ions are a group of atoms with a charge.
Okay.
And there are two types of ions. We have the cation, cations, and we have anions or anions. Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. By definition, the cations are positively charged ions, while anions or anions are negatively charged ions. That's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then you can now write note. When an atom loses or gains an electron, it forms an ion. When an atom loses or gains an electron, it forms an ion. That is, it forms an ion. That is like this, so not an ion, not together as one word.
Okay.
So the question now is this. We say loses and gains. So I'm going to put it like this, so that you understand the concept. This Na is the symbol of which element?
Sodium.
Okay, so this is called sodium atom. Why this one is sodium what? Ion.
Okay.
This is also a chlorine atom. And this is chlorine ion or a chloride ion. Call it chloride. A chloride ion, not chlorine. Chloride ion. Why this one is sodium ion? Are you with me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be adding something gradually now. Can you see the board?
Yes.
Okay, so this 11 and this 23. This 11 means what?
The molecular mass.
This 11 is known as atomic number.
Atomic number, sorry.
Why 23 is called the what? Relative atomic mass or the atomic mass.
Okay.
Then let's do something now. Focus on this. There is a plus here that is positive, and this is what?
Negative.
So this sodium is what type of ion? Is it a cation or an anion?
This one
That is sodium with a plus.
is a cation.
It's a cation. Very good. Why this is anion? Just like that. It's a cation because it has a positive charge. This
Positive
is anion
charge.
because it has a negative charge.
Mm.
Okay. Now, also notice that atomic number is equal to number of proton, and it's also equal to number of electron. So
Number of proton.
atomic number is equal to number of proton, and it's also equal to number of electron.
Okay.
But there's a clause for this particular condition. This will only be correct if it is an atom.
If it's atom.
Yes, like this one, that means if the element does not have a charge like a plus or minus on top, then this statement will be correct.
Okay.
That means in the case of sodium atom here, my atomic number is 11, my number of proton is 11, number of electron is 11.
All right.
Hope you understand where I'm going to.
Yes.
Okay. It's a very short class. We'll soon round up now. There's no long story here. Then this statement will not be true if it is an ion, I-O-N.
Okay.
So if it's an ion, the only thing that is correct is that atomic number is equal to number of proton. But not equal to number of electrons. I can put in mind that is cancel my equals to sign here. Not taking.
Yes. Why?
Okay, why? I love that question. Why? Because when an element loses electron, it becomes positively charged.
Okay.
That is, it becomes a cation. Are you with me?
Okay.
And the opposite
Yes.
is for anion. When it gains or accepts electron, it becomes negatively charged. That is, an anion is formed.
Okay.
Then the number of electron gained or lost is indicated by the number in front of your positive. Like this one, and this is just plus. How many plus are you seeing here? One. It tells me that
One.
one electron has been given out.
Okay.
If, for example, I write something like Ca2 plus, it tells me that 2 electron has been given out.
Electron has been given out.
If you see 3, just like that. The same thing is also for
Okay.
the ions. If you are seeing 2 minus, it means it receives 2 electrons. 3 minus receive 3. 1 minus or just minus means receive 1 electron. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I will switch this thing. I will clean this up now. Still using these 3 or 4 things on the board. I'm going to write this N. This means number of proton.
Okay.
This means number of electron. This means number of neutron. I can maybe also write mass number. Are you with me?
Yes.
Then maybe also atomic number. So if I start with this first one, 11 here is my what? Your voice, your network is cracking.
Atomic number.
Okay. So for this first one, atomic number is
I
11.
said 11 is atomic number.
Okay. What else again? It also means that my number of proton is also 11. It also means that number of electron is also 11. Is that okay?
Yes.
So I'll come back to these two. Let's come back here first. Let's finish off first. Then sodium ion, atomic number 11, right?
Yes.
Number of proton,
Proton.
11. Number of electron,
It's not even.
number of electron is 10.
Because it gave out
1 electron, that is, give out 1, that is this
one
positive.
electron.
So you take away this from this 11,
Okay.
gives me 10.
Okay.
Then let's come to this other one. This is number of proton here is 17, electron 17, atomic number 17. Coming here, the same thing. Proton 17, atomic
17,
number
atomic
17,
number 17,
then
electron.
electron
Number of electron
18.
is 18.
Yes. 18 because it has received 1 electron, like this minus you are seeing here.
Yes.
It means it received or gained electron. Any question?
No.
Okay. Now, remember we still have 2 more to go. Mass number and number of what? Neutron.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the formula for mass number is this. Mass number is equals to NP, that number of proton, plus number of neutron. Formula for mass number. Mass number equals to number of proton plus number of neutron. That is the formula for mass number.
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Okay. So here, since the mass number was already given up, there's not much calculation there. So the mass number here is 23, as we have there. Here is also 23, 37, and then 37. isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now for number of neutrons, remember we said mass number is equals to number of protons plus number of neutrons. So if I
Yeah.
want to get my number of neutrons, I will simply subtract number of protons from mass number.
Okay.
And here will give us what? I mean, so we're taking away 11 from 23, and that will give us 12.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
11 minus 23, also 12.
Okay.
17 minus 37 will give me 20, also 20.
Okay.
So I think it's clearer like this.
Yes.
What we just did now is calculating mass number, number of protons, and number of neutrons.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's consider these two, sodium ion and sodium atom. What is the difference between both of them now? In terms of all these parameters we listed. It's what I said, number of electrons.
Yes.
So the difference between an atom and an ion is simply the number of electrons. The same thing is also applicable here too. So that's the only difference that we have. Every other thing remains the same.
It's the number of electron, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, also notice, remember we started where we have cations and anions, right? And cations are positively charged, anions are negatively charged. Is it not? Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So in terms of sizes,
Yes, I'm with you.
okay. So in terms of sizes, anions are bigger in size than cations. Let your student know that one. Anions are bigger in size than cations because anions are separate electrons. So as they gain electron, the size becomes bigger than the cations. That question they used to set it sometimes in why which of the following has bigger atomic size, either cations, anions, and the rest. So know that anions is bigger in size than cations. Any question?
No.
Okay. So it looks clearer now. What are the three subparticles of an atom?
Proton and neutron.
Come again, please.
Electron, proton, and neutron.
Okay, thank you. Now, these three subparticles of an atom were discovered by three great scientists. So it is important to tell your students who discovered each of them. Proton was discovered by Ernest Rutherford. Proton was discovered by Ernest Rutherford. Electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson. Protons discovered by Ernest Rutherford. Electrons discovered by J.J. Thomson. And neutron was discovered by James Chadwick. Chadwick.
Okay.
So that comes out in JAM question. Who discovered protons, neutrons, or maybe any of them, they used to ask that question. So that is that about this aspect. Let us see if we can see some few questions and then we'll just solve it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you can write down this question. A particle that contains 9 protons. A particle that contains 9 protons. Are you there?
Yes.
10 neutrons and 10 electrons is a dash. A particle that contains 9 protons, 10 neutrons, and 10 electrons is a dash. Let me give you the options. A, positive ion. B, neutral atom of a metal. A, positive ion. B, neutral atom of a metal. C, neutral atom of a non-metal. And D, negative ion.
Electron is 3. That means it gave out. That's a negative ion.
Okay, is it a negative ion?
Yes.
Okay, our proton is what?
Our proton is 9.
9. Electron is what?
Electron is 3.
No, electron 10. I think it's 10. And 10 electrons.
Okay.
And 10 electrons.
Okay. So
So what's the answer? Positive ion, neutral atom of a metal, neutral atom of a non-metal, negative ion. Are you done? Can you hear me? Seems like your network is having some serious challenge.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you now. See that you're having issues with your network or what?
Yes,
So, what's the answer to that question?
that I said is negative ion. Is it correct?
Okay, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Look at, we have just 5 minutes to go before this time. Do you have issues with calculating mass number for isotopy?
Yes.
Okay, so that means once this time goes up, we'll come back again and just look at that quickly.
Okay. Okay.
Before we go to that, let's look at this question. A metallic ion, can you just write it down? A metallic ion,
Yes.
S2 plus, like this, sit on the board,
Mm.
with an inert gas structure, contains 18 electrons. Contain 18 electrons. Full stop. How many protons
Okay.
are there in this ion? How many protons are there in this ion? Did I give you options, or you can solve it without options now?
I'm coming.
Okay.
How many protons are there? What?
In this ion, ION, how many protons are there in this ion? A
A
metallic
metallic
ion
ion
with an
with
inert gas structure contains 18 electrons.
18 electrons.
How many
How many
protons are there
protons?
in this ion?
Okay, 18 electron. I'm coming up. Electron 18. This is 2 plus. That means it's positively charged. 18. Then we have how many protons are there in these electrons? What's the proton that time? Okay. 19.
Okay, that is wrong.
Wrong. I'm coming. Let me try again.
Okay.
Okay, this one is still not 1. Okay. This is not a guess, so but I don't know if it is correct. Is it 20?
Okay, now let me give you the options so you know whether you're right. 20, 18, 16, 2. 20, 18, 16, and 2. So what's the answer?
20.
Okay. 20 is in the option, but that is wrong.
16.
16 is right. So finally, I've gotten and guess. 16 is the answer, actually. Since they said
So how did we come about? Okay.
since they said has 18 electrons, and you know that plus means that it has given out. So
Yes.
that means it has given out electron, rather, and it now said that it has 18 electrons. So if it has 18 electrons and it has given out 2, that means it initially contains 20 protons. So the answer is 20, not 8, not 16.
The answer is 20.
Yes. Sorry about that.
Okay.
The answer is 20.
Okay. Okay.
So have you gotten that one now?
Yes.
Should we do one more before we go? This time we still have like 2 minutes to go. So let's look at this one quickly. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All these ones are jam questions. So let me look for one tricky one. Okay, a particle that contains 8 protons. A particle that contains 8 protons, 9 neutrons, and 7 electrons could be written as, did you get it?
9 neutrons.
8 protons, 9 neutrons, and 7 electrons could be written as, I'll give you the option now, could be written as A. Option A is 16. Oh, it is option A. B. That's B. C. And then D. So those are the options.
8 neutrons.
Less than a minute. Quickly, quickly, quickly. But mind you, once it goes off, we'll come back immediately. So we can.
9 protons. 6 electrons. Electron.
Particle that
The answer is C. The answer is C.
okay, 8 protons, 9 neutrons,
Wait,
7 electrons. You said the answer is what? Eh?
the answer is C.
Can hear you. Network is cracking. Okay, C. Okay, C is not correct.